normally use a phone. For the simplicity of taking pictures is always on hand.
I normally just use my iPhone to take photos.
Oh, I use my phone to take photos.
iPhone 7.
Been filming on the iPhone when I'm traveling.
With the digital age of photography, people are producing more work and sharing more work than ever before. But in a lot of ways, it's become quite disconnected. More so than ever, sharing a photo with somebody means less. So there's something really tangible about actually working in the darkroom next to somebody and having a conversation with them about what they're producing. And that all ties back again to the value of print, which is something that we feel really strongly about here.
I love shooting film. It's like the look you get from it, you can't really replicate digitally ever. It's so easy to use. I can just shoot whatever I want, whenever I want. I can put a camera in my pocket, don't have to lug around hundreds of dollars of equipment more. You know, just the look you get is unbeatable.
I do much prefer to use film. It's a difference that I think is much more easier to see when you actually shoot it. Digital, you got an SD card and you can shoot as much as you want, but with film, it's 24 or 36 shots, that's it. I mean, you can put another roll in, but then you have to pay extra for developing, scanning. It's like, you start to think a lot more about your shots. You're not just sort of firing off hundreds of shots of the same scene because you can't afford to do that. And I think that makes you a more conservative and a better photographer, I think, if you shoot film.
Younger generation who weren't brought up with film, only brought up in a digital world, who are used to that fast-paced interaction with the world in all aspects, that slowing down is almost a new sensation, but it's almost relieving in such a busy world, and experiencing that magic and that anticipation of dropping off your old film to a lab and waiting. It's a new experience.
I think it adds value to the image too. That was a big thing with digital being so accessible that it's easy to throw away. You take a shot, doesn't matter, you can take 500 shots, one of them's good. You can see it straight away and do it again. With film, you got to think about it, you got to set it up properly, and then you got to wait to develop it and get your scan or your print back before you see it. And so it adds value to that image. That's part of it. And also I think people are naturally tactile, and to have something solid that you can touch and feel on, on nice paper and a print in front of you is much better than just a digital image on a screen.
Film, even though it takes time and you have to get things right, it's so worth it. And I'm just so pleased that younger people are sort of getting the feel for it. I think it's very important. I just believe we're actually analog animals, we're not digital, and film gives you a feeling for what you're doing that's missing in digital. This book is a small representation of 25 years of my photography. It's full of many different people and events. There's Lee Kuan Yew getting an honorary doctorate. Dalai Lama, he was wonderful, got an honorary doctorate. It's a real time machine. The latest in computers. Telstra, Global Operations Centre, just a lifetime away. As I say, it's a time machine. So many of these people are dead now, so it's even more important.
When I got into it, it was kind of coming back, but now I think everyone's shooting film. Like people that might have bought a DSLR camera for Christmas and now getting a film camera for Christmas.
With the rise of digital, film use definitely dropped, but over the last couple of years, it's been picking up consistently. This year, by far, the film use is soaring.
I know, you kind of look at all these old paintings and stuff, it's like, well, when photography came, then painting died, or like when movies came, plays died or musicals died, but at the end of the day, they're still there. It's dying from a consumer standpoint, but from an art standpoint, it's growing.
I'm much more interested in exploring how film photography and darkroom printing is still relevant in the digital age. It has to be as good or better than what can be produced digitally, otherwise, what's the point?
Just took your picture.